Hello friends, I am DattatreyaTapkeer. Let us begin with a very small question. What is a man? Like the question? What's a man? Of course, man includes woman. Huh? When we say about man, it's about woman or human beings. So how can I define it? What is man? Well, the simple answer will be man is an animal. As there are many animals in the world, man is also an animal. Shall we call this as man is an intelligent animal? Man is thinking animal? Man is rational animal? Man is intelligent, rational, thinking animal? Of course, animal. There can be many adjectives to this, but the noun remains the same. He is an animal. He is a biological animal. He is an organism, that's what we say. He is living being. It's a very simple thing, as if I am telling. Nothing so special about it. So, in this entire world, in this whole existence, in this whole universe, there are whatever exists over here, we have divided that conveniently into living beings and non-living beings. And among living beings, then there are animals and plants. And then in animals, there is a supermost, the best one, the topmost animal, the most superior one, most intelligent, etc. And that's the man, who has climbed all these ladders of evolution and then has come to the top now. So man is at the top of the world, looking down upon creation. So in the process of evolution, he has raised all his steps, and at present we consider, we means again, we men only, that is, we human beings only consider ourselves to be. We are all what you call as a self-declaring community. We ourselves say that we are supreme. Of course we are, aren't we? We are supreme. No animal can be like us. There are animals, no doubt. Animals are there. They also have their own intelligence, but they don't have language as we do have. So we have best possible intelligence. We have best possible rational thinking. We have best possible logic with us. We have best possible development of our sense organs, of our entire body, of our brains, of our nervous system. We are knowledgeable animal. We are cultural, we are sophisticated, we are civilized. We have made history. We create art, we create science, we create technology. All these things. But all these describing adjectives, all these qualifying adjectives, these qualities, ultimately end into the noun called as animal. So we have to agree with that. Yes, we are animal. Because we cannot say we are plants. We cannot say we are non-living. We are not only objects, we are not only machines, though we may be mechanical up to some extent, but we are not only machines, so we are animals. Well, somebody would say we are highly evolved animal. Somebody would say, especially sociologists would say, man is a social animal. He likes society, he lives in a society. Man is the only animal who has developed language to its highest supreme category of language. He can speak language in a very complicated way. He can write it down, etc. So he has created his own civilization, technical, and nowadays it is a scientific, technical, and what we can call as a software civilization, digital civilization, and we talk about all these different steps. Well, if you ask psychologists, they would have their own perspective about man. That they would say man is a feeling animal, he is an emotional animal, he has two kinds of brains, they would say. Not only right and left, but a kind of brain which they would say a thinking brain and a feeling brain. The brain who thinks and the brain who feels. Yeah, that's also true. So it's very interesting, you see. This is all, according to me, this kind of inquiry is kind of a spiritual inquiry, to go into deeper. Now, I don't ask yourself to go into deeper of yourself, just as a third-party person, as a third-party observer. You can just observe human beings as such. You can just observe man, as an animal. What else is he? Well, when you say he is an animal, he has a physical body. So man is a body. Is that definition okay? Man is body. As every animal happens to be a body, we are body. Man is a body with certain features, certain organs. He has 2 hands and 2 legs and a brain and 5 sense organs and all the systems within. We do have nervous system, we have a skeletal system, we have respiratory system and digestive system and urogenital system and whatnot. All the systems inside are there. All these systems, they work together in a very harmonious and very comprehensive way to give this existence, to give this reality as man. Well, And because of the sense organs, then we can define man as a man who is observing animal, who can see. He's an animal who can hear. He's an animal who can talk. He's an animal who can taste. He's an animal who can smell. He's an animal which has got the sense of the touch, temperature, pressure, and all that. So these 5 sense organs give meaning to his being. He's an animal who can learn. He's a learning animal. Yeah, that's it. The brain is our learning organ. So man is a learning animal. He learns. He learns new things. He goes on learning throughout his life. There's no end to this learning at all. There's a lifelong learning. He learns and learns and learns. He learns from everywhere. So nobody is unlearnable. Nobody is unteachable. You can teach anything to anyone. So man is a learning animal and he's a lifelong learner. He has a very good memory which perhaps other animals don't have. You can imagine what tremendous amount of energy man has got, this memory. So maybe it a short-term memory or long-term memory. We do have something very important called memory. So a very complicated, complex use of language, a very complex use of memory. Then see the range of emotions that we do have. But any psychologist would talk about it. All our drives, all our desires, all our different kinds of, patterns of our feeling patterns of our emotions inside. They are there. So even in thinking also we do have critical thinking, we do have logical thinking, we do have creative thinking. So man is an animal having rational thinking, creative thinking, critical thinking, logical thinking, everything is there. He is an intelligent animal. Now this intelligence is also, very conveniently and with the base of research, it has been conveniently divided into different kinds. So he is an animal with logical intelligence, rational intelligence, social intelligence, emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, and whatnot. Or there is a concept of multiple intelligences, so different kinds of intelligence are there. So all these things are there anyway. His brain, they say that man has got again different layers of brains. There happens to be a very primitive brain, reptile brain, mammalian brain, and now human brain as such, which is highly evolved and developed. So man thinks. What else? Well, we know that man he has an awareness. Man is aware. Man is conscious. Aren't other animals conscious? Yeah, they are. Animals are conscious, but they are not conscious about their consciousness. And that's how man is defined that way. Man, this is a very special characteristics of mankind, that man is aware of his own awareness. Man is conscious of his consciousness. He is conscious of being conscious. He knows that I am conscious. And therefore man can go deeper into his own analytical way. That is, man can be aware of his, when he is aware, that is when he is conscious. But his consciousness, he takes him to deeper down in his mind, and then he talks about his subconscious mind and whatnot, unconscious mind and different states and layers of his own mind. And then he talks about his, waking stage, and then dreaming, and then, sleeping. So man is awake, man can sleep. He can have a sleep with dreams. He can have sleep with no dreams, a very deeper sleep. And then some of them say that there can be something more than that, something beyond than that. Then they talk about superconscious, supernatural, infinite intelligence, cosmic intelligence, with which this man is connected. Wow! So there are references and there are reports and there are such kinds of expressions given by different kinds of men, that they talk about supranatural, supramental consciousness, different layers of their consciousness. God consciousness, etc. Oh well, man is the only animal who talks about God. Yeah, because other animals have never to. They never talk about, and they don't have their own concepts about God at all. So man has evolved. He has developed a concept of God also. So he's God. Man has developed the concept of religion also. Then they say that man is he has so many emotions in that he experiences the joys and sorrows, and experiences love, and then there are deeper layers of love as well. So if you can go on like this and try to find out what this man is. Well, when you start from body, we know that body can be described as a physical body. When we say about body, it means physical. That's why we say that it's a physical education, or physical, that is about body, which we look from outside. That is man's external nature. He has a body of blood and flesh, of bones, of organs, of different systems. Now, anatomically, physiologically, there are all these different branches of knowledge. So anatomy will talk about the structure of human body. Physiology will talk about the functional aspects of the same body. Now, they will talk about different organs. They, though they are different, they are working so coherently, they are working so homogeneously, they are working so harmoniously. There is one unity. There is a great orchestra inside our body. So all these work together. These organs, these systems, all these systems, these organs, then different glands, different smaller parts, bigger parts, all the vital organs, and well, the blood flowing through it, etc. And all these are made up, as anatomists tell us that there are tissues, there are different combinations, there are bunches of cells, there are a group of cells together working for similar functions, all these tissues, and there are cells, biological cells. So physically, all this man, his body, is nothing but different. It's a material aspect of man. So man is matter, isn't it? When you say man is matter. We have to agree with that. Man is matter, of course, he is a matter. Just like any object in the world, he is a matter. We are matter, just as a table or a sofa or a chair or a book or metal, whatever. We are matter. Our bone, blood and flesh and all that, which can be seen, which can be touched, which can be observed, which can be manipulated with by the surgeon and all that. And we also feel about our body as a very solid thing, as the whole thing is. But then you go into the deeper of that, and then, they come out with some different opinions. They say it's not only, though it looks like a very much solid, it's not that much solid. They say it's more liquid, it's more watery. It's a fluid thing, it's a watery. There is more water in it and less solid in it. And in that solid, they talk about different elements. There could be carbon, and there could be hydrogen and oxygen and nitrogen and phosphorus and a little bit of iron and magnesium and whatnot, sodium, all these different kinds of elements. Now, these elements are taken from chemistry. So it simply means that as a body, man is a physical body, man is a material body. It means it follows all the physical rules. So there is a physics of body. Body has gravity. It encounters with gravity. It has weight. It has length, breadth, width, measurements, color. All these physical properties can be studied about body. It has its own blood pressure. Other it breathes. Wonderful action. The nose is given, and I don't know why does it start like it's so automatic thing, so involuntary. We take breathe. We breathe. We take air inside and then we leave it out. Wow! And that is connected with the blood circulation, and then the purification of blood. Now that blood, that is enriched by the food that we eat. So eating food, taking breath, taking air, and taking water, and taking food, and all that inside something happens, which call that as metabolism. And then we come to know that it's not only matter then there has to have something deeper into it, and they talk about chemistry of body. So body is a chemistry. There are chemicals running here and there, and they do have their chemical reactions inside. And it's a tremendous work. You can ask any doctor for that. How does this digestion take place? And what chemistry is involved in whole body reactions. So they say that there is chemistry inside. As we said, there is physics inside, there is electricity inside. I don't know, they might be talking about magnetism also. There is some magnetism in the body. There is some electricity in the body. There are some physical, mechanical properties in the body. There are chemical properties in the body as well. So body is physics plus chemistry. Oh well, the question doesn't end there. Still we have to go further. They say that it's not only physics and chemistry, because it's not only chemical lab as we take a test tube and a flask and something happens inside it. It is something so complicated that we have to give the third dimension to it, and that is called biological. These are biological processes. So as in chemistry, we do have enzymes, we do have catalysts. So the catalyst in the chemistry here, they are called as enzymes. These enzymes work, their hormones work and whatnot. So many of the things are discussed on the basis of biological laws. So body follows physical laws, body follows chemical laws, body also follows biological law. There is biology inside. So these are the three layers: physical layer, chemical layer, biological layer. Does it end there? No, my dear friends. Then comes psychologists. They say beyond this there has to have some psychology. That body has its own existence as a psychological existence. Because otherwise, how do you explain them? Because when I say thought, what is this thought? Now, thought cannot be explained in terms of physics, chemistry and biology. Of course, it will have the base of that. Some biological base has to be there for my thought, in my brain, in my nervous system. Then there will be some chemical base for that, some physical base for that, some electrical base, some electrical currents would say, impulses would be flowing through these nerves. And ultimately through my thought, I will speak it out as a language. I will speak it out through my tongue, through my mouth. So it has a physical aspect. But all these physical aspects have chemistry behind it. Chemistry has biology behind it. And this biology has psychology behind it. Wonderful. So this is psychology. So my joy, my sorrow, my love, my hatred, and all my emotions, everything of my emotional intelligence, though it has a base in the brain and something done by amygdala and all those parts of the brain, that abstract thing, the abstraction that happens in psychology, that has to be there. We cannot deny that, my dear friends. So that is there as a psychological reality. And then come at the end, lastly, the spiritual reality. Now, it is also true that they say that beyond this, there is a spiritual reality. There is going beyond consciousness. When you are one with the cosmic consciousness, and then you come to know that man doesn't end there. Man's existence, man who is, thinking, he's a thinking animal, he's a rationalizing animal, he's a philosopher animal. Man can think about birth and death. He can think about whole cosmos. He can think about whole creation. He can think about the creator behind the creation. He will try to have connection with that. He will try to go deeper inside. He will try to explore the external world as a scientist. He would also try to explore the internal world as a spiritualist. And there these all gems of knowledge have come with the spiritual persons. That we are one with the cosmic intelligence. We are connected with the entire universe. We are connected with the Creator, the God, whatever name you give to Him. And then you say, man is image. He is a God's image. God created man as His own image, as it is said. In every religion it has been said that man is the most important animal, he is the most important being. Man is capable of understanding his own reality. He is always in the constant search of truth, constant search of beauty. He is in the constant search of happiness. So whatever knowledge he creates is not only physical knowledge, it's not only scientific knowledge or technical knowledge, but beyond than that, he also exploring the knowledge which is about his own self. That is a self-awareness. That is about self-realization. That is the highest kind of knowledge that man is after. And then such a man becomes, in a way, Superman. He is an angel. He will become godlike. So at one end he is animal, at other end he can become God. So being a man is something in the middle. And this is a wide range. There can be bad man, good man. There can be evil, there can be devil. And there can be highly evolved spiritual souls. So this kind of panorama is found there. And with this, I think many of the things can be told interestingly, but I think this is enough. I have been able to at least create, that line of thought in your mind. What kind of man is this? What kind of piece is a man? And now let me conclude my short speech with, of course, you must have seen the title of this speech. What a piece of work is man. And my friends who are, familiar with English literature, they must have recognized it, that this is a world famous quotation by Shakespeare in his famous play called Hamlet. And there this quotation has come, what a piece of work is man. How noble in reason, how infinite in faculty, in form, in moving, how express and admirable, in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god, the beauty of the world and the paragon of animals. Thank you.